Hello everyone and welcome to this combined tutorial and playthrough. First we're going to have a tutorial and then a playthrough of the game Arrival. And we have here, my name is Jon Manker, and we also have Phil Eklund, the designer of the game, and Erik,
Hello.
who will be playing along as soon as the playthrough starts. So here is the game and how take it away, Phil.
Okay, so Arrival is a story of a starship that has arrived at two planets around an alien star, and these planets are in the Goldilocks zone. Arrival is a sequel to Interstellar, and it's set in the High Frontier universe. So the action starts when very shortly after the starship, which is above and between the two planets, has a worker inside, and the commander, also a worker, has just landed on the planet. So I'm going to now show how to win. I'm going to jump straight to victory on this. The players are attempting to create conditions for successful colonization of these two worlds. The left one is called Leeton, and the right one is called Stur. So we have 4 tracks that measure progress in colonization. And these 4 tracks, the top one is the number of companies on both worlds, which can vary from 0 to 10. The next track is the number of monsters on the world, in other words, bioengineered humans. Bioengineered to be bioformed to be satisfactory to the worlds. And this is also the number of monsters, or grendels as they're also called, from 0 to 10. The third track is oxygen level. This measures the number of farmers from 0 to 10. And finally, the urban track is the number of cities or communities on the planet. And we start this at victory column 2 because the game starts with 2 urbanites. One of them, the red shirt, is on the starship, and the other is on the planet Leeton. And this is the first colony, as it were. So the players actually represent not any of the humans, but AIs, artificial intelligences that are giving advice to the colonists. The tension comes in that each of the up to 6 artificial intelligences have different ideas on what constitutes a successful colony. The tech track wants to advance this past the finish line so as there's enough tech companies in the game to create a new starship and thus conquer the galaxy. The monster track wants to achieve the Omega point. This is a religious goal of trying to achieve oneness with the universe. The farmer track wants to get enough oxygen in the world here to be comfortable and support all the trappings of civilization, such as cars and campfires and breathing out in the open. And finally, the urban track wants to create a civilization, in other words, an Earth 2. So the differing goals of the players means that they will disagree at least somewhat on the victory conditions that will be achieved in the colonization. None of them want the humans or the colonists to go extinct, but they each want the colony to go in different directions. We have 2 players in this sample setup. One of them is player Omega. This is an AI which wants to try to advance post-humanism. So they like monsters is their very top priority, and a secondary priority is urban, and that's listed here. The other player in this 2-player game is player Hand, and this is the top priority is oxygen, and the second priority is technology, creating enough companies for a new starship and enough oxygen to have an Earth too. So that's how you win. You win by advancing. You get a personal victory if you are able to advance your top track past this finish line. And you do that by having a number of companies or monsters or farmers or urbanites that you've achieved during the game that's at least 7. Let's look at the maps themselves. I'm going to look at the left planet, Leeton, and there are 5 levels on each planet. Going from, this is a cross-section of the world, it goes from the top to the bottom. On the top level is the orbital level. And then next down is the sky, then the ground, then the subterranean, the ocean level, if the planet does have an ocean, and finally the deepest and hottest is the trench. The 4 columns are defined on each world, and these columns are shown by a climate strip, which has little windows to show which one's active. And this climate strip can go to the left if it gets warmer, or to the right if it gets cooler. So this controls the climate on the planet. Climate is color coded in this game. Black color, currently orbit is black. The temperature of space, 80 degrees Kelvin, 80 to 100 degrees Kelvin. So the temperature of liquid methane. And then a little bit warmer is color white, the temperature of ice. Then color blue, the temperature of liquid water. Then color yellow, the temperature of liquid sulfur. Color red, the temperature of lava. And finally, the hottest and highest pressure is purple, the color of Ice 7, an exotic plastic form of water. The workers in this game are represented by dice. And the dice are also color-coded to show what temperature they prefer. The black dice, these are arrival settlers that are more or less robots or robonauts controlled by bedridden humans. The other earthling species in the game is blue, and these are more traditional humans. We call them goomans, but because they are hybridized with goo in order to survive the century-long passage it took to get from Sol to this arrival system. The other colors in this game, such as the excavator, the yellow ones who can fly and who drink sulfuric acid and other sulfurous compounds. Red, a alien indigenous that can live in lava. The ice worms or ice masca that can live on ice. And finally, the deepest ones are the sirens, a species that was introduced in some variants of the High Frontier game that live in the high pressure cores of gas giants and other substars. The I think that with that much introduction that we can go through a sample turn just to show the sequence of play. So I'm going to we have a turn marker here. We're starting in turn 1. There's potentially 24 turns. Turns are like 25 years, so 600 years can elapse in an arrival game. Enough time for climateering and the effects of dropstones and hypercanes, things like this. So the very first turn will be done by player number 2 because the player number is also player order. And I happen to be player number 2. Normally, the first thing I do in a turn is roll for the event. But I'm going to skip that because as a special rule for the first turn, we do one-shots instead of an event roll. And I've already done the one-shots on this planet. They are defined here to the left, and they're shown, the icons, the event icons are shown in the one-shot window. So I'm going to go through to the second phase of my turn. We're looking at a little sequence of play in the upper left of my placard here. So I'm up to number 2, and I have to select 2 work sites. Now, work sites are done to show commuting in the game, and we use these little octagons or stop signs. I'm going to place 1 here. I'm going to place it 1 here and 1 here. So what does this mean? This means that I am going to select 1 at the surface of Leeton. This is the ground level, as I explained earlier. And this is where the commander has a temporary shelter on the surface. And I also selected my second one in the ocean. And we have 2 oceans on this planet here, one of lava and one of sulfuric acid. So this is not a very inviting ocean, but nevertheless, in the name of survival, the commander is going to try to explore this for resources to try to help enhance his survival. I can tell that I didn't explain before, but all these discs are lakes. Black lakes are hydrocarbon, blue lakes are water, yellow lakes are sulfur, red lakes are volcanoes. So if it's in a spot that's stippled like this and this, then this means it's in a basin or it's an ocean. While these other lakes here on the surface, this is an ice lake on the South Pole, and this is in the Southern Hemisphere, a lake of molten sulfur. These other lakes are on the surface, while these lakes are in the ocean level. So the plan is, my plan for this very first preliminary turn is that the commander is in danger of going extinct from events, especially events such as station fall. This little icon here could wipe him out because he's in an unfortified hab, short for habitat. So the idea is we do 1 work site where the workers live and another work site where they're going to actually work. And he's going to work, he's going to live on the surface, he'll do work under the ocean. Now we're going to, as part of the rules, An important rule in a game is that when you do your work sites, you have to connect them by a commuting vehicle. And we'll use these little these little gray icons to signify the vehicles, and we'll print something here, and we'll print a new hab here. So what just happened? It's a basic fundamental rule of the game that your work sites have to be connected by a vehicle or a bridge of vehicles. So I printed a submarine. I 3D printed a plastic submarine to connect these two work sites so that they can travel into the ocean by submarine. It's a basic rule of the game. Important to remember that you get just 2 3D prints on your turn. It states that here in your sequence of play. So another thing that I have to worry about is pollution. These vehicles can be polluting, so is this hab. So I print every biohazard that I cover with a 3D print, and I get 2 of them, will cause 1 pollution for each icon covered. So with this submarine, I covered 1 at the surface and 1 at the ocean level. So I'm going to have to flip 1, and I'll choose the South Pole here to pollute. I've flipped the ice to the South Pole to pollution. So this means that the pollution from this submarine has polluted the surface ice, and also I have to pollute an ocean, and I'll choose the lava ocean to pollute. So I covered 2 icons and I polluted 2 lakes, 1 on the surface, 1 in the subterranean. Or the DHZ, we call it the deep habitable zone for the ocean level. I'm also printing a hab, and this causes pollution as well in the ocean. So there's only 1 more ocean to pollute. So I'm going to pollute that as well. The next thing I have to do is food. And there's a food track, and it's located here. Food is like money in this game. And there is an important rule about food. 1, you gain 1 food for every worker at your work site who's happy. And you gain another food for every worker at your work site that likes you. So I have only 1 worker here, and it's the commander on the surface. Now this commander likes me. Why? Because he's got a little hand icon on here. I use dice for workers because they can change their allegiance. They can start liking other players, and I show that by a face up. For instance, if he were to change to 5, he would like players Fish, Omega, and Star. But at the moment, he likes me, so I gain 1 food for this. Now, I also gain a food if he's happy, and is he happy? And the answer is yes, he is happy. Why? Because the temperature at the surface, as shown by the window, is blue, and this worker is also blue. This means he's what's called acclimated. The blue and blue means he's happy. The hand means he likes me. So I gained 2 food on my track. I started with 3, so I'm going to go up to 5 food. So this is a pretty This is pretty good. But I won't have this much food forever. This is only how much I was able to salvage from the algae tanks of the starship upon arrival. So the next step in the sequence of play here is work. Now that I've set my work sites and they're connected by 3D printing and I've gained my food, now I can spend food to do work. There is a lot of different kinds of work to do. They're all listed on the placard here. But the work that I'm interested in doing right now is called spawn. And spawning is shown here. Now, why am I choosing spawning? Because the commander is in danger of dying, and I want to create I want him to create new babies in this generation so that I have redundancy. If one dies, the whole species doesn't go extinct. So this is kind of an emergency situation. It's another important basic rule that all work costs 2 food. That's mentioned here in the sequence of play, and the only exception is company work. If there is a company, it is half price. It's discounted to half price, but we don't have any companies. So I'm going to go ahead and do spawn, and this top row there shows the requirement for spawning, the worksite requirement. And the worksite requirement is I have to have a worksite at a HAB level. And I do. So I'm able to, since I fulfilled the requirements and I paid my food, I'm able to create a child. And this child will be living in a little submersible, a undersea submarine or undersea habitat down here, and I'm able to raise this child in whatever allegiance I want. I'm going to make this my son into the same allegiance as I do, which is party number 2. Now I'm playing a cooperative game here with Erik, and we'll be continuing when I finish my first turn here. But nevertheless, I could, in a cooperative game, I could discuss with Erik just what allegiance he should be to help the joint mission succeed. So I still have 3 food left. I'm going to spend 1 food to clean up some pollution. As it states here, I'm able to clean pollution for 1 food as long as I don't get to the last phase of the turn, which is coming up. And for every pollution I have at a worksite level, there's a chance that somebody will die. So if I were playing conservatively, which I probably should do, I'd clean up all the pollution and spend 3 food. But I'm going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to do a riskier maneuver, and I will go ahead and spend 1 food to clean 1 pollution. I can clean any of the pollution that's linked, and I think I'll clean up the sulfur ocean. So now I just have 2 pollution instead of 3. So I have 2 more food, and I want to do 1 more piece of work just to demonstrate a little bit about monsters and goo. I'm going to try to do Noosphere here. Now, Noosphere is listed right here. And Noosphere I have to have a work site at a lair. And a lair that I'm interested in is this one right here. You see the little pink fish shape at this level means that it's possible to make swimming goo at this level and eventually a swimming monster. And I am going to spend my last 2 food, to create a swimming goo. There. Now, according to this little Newsphere blurb, the cost of this is phosphorus. Phosphorus, these are coins, these little flower-shaped things. There's 3 types. There's beryllium, which is here, and there's phosphorus, which is good for fertilizer and biological stuff. And finally, there's helium for energy, helium fusion. The orange ones are helium, and it looks like Erik is starting with one of those. But I'm going to be spending my phosphorus in order to create this goo. Why did I do this? Well, when you create goo, you're covering up the events. And the events that I'm covering means that if a 5 is rolled during event roll, the goo will protect against tsunamis, against boiling of water, against igneous, and it will also help stabilize the climate. So I'm doing this. This might not be a good move, but I'm doing this to try to help protect my worker here and possibly protect against tsunamis on the surface. So that's it for my work because I am out of food. So as the last step 5, we have to advance the tracks. Now we have these victory tracks here, and one of the things I did was I created a new urbanite. That urbanite is, you remember, my child living in the ocean. So I'm going to advance this track from 2 to 3 because now we have 3 urbanites, one in the starship, one the commander on the surface, and one the newborn living in the ocean. Now I crossed a little outbreak, so I'm going to have to make an outbreak roll. This is risk of gray goo outbreak. I'm using gray goo for all this 3D printing and other survival aspects. If you've played Station Fall, you may, or even High Frontier, you may know a little bit about gray goo outbreaks. I'm going to make a roll, and basically this is a dangerous roll because there'll be a gray goo outbreak if I roll equal to or less than the amount of pollution at worksite levels, which currently is 2. So I have a 1/3 chance of an outbreak. This is pushing me beyond the envelope, but let's just see how lucky I am. Well, I failed. So I have to do an outbreak, which means that somebody dies from pollution. I have to choose a worker at a worksite level to die from pollution. Now, I think because the commander is happy and the child is living in an ocean, sulfuric acid ocean, which is not very comfortable, he's not happy. I think I'm going to choose the child to die off. And this hab becomes polluted because of the failure. And finally, I have to suffer shame because I failed in my mission to help protect the newborn colony. You can see these shame markers are restrict the amount of food that you can possibly achieve. And if you get too much shame, you won't be able to do anything. Shame measures, remember the players are AI, and the shame measures how much confidence the workers, the colonists, have in their AIs. If they lose confidence in their machine advisors, then they will go their own way and not take your advice anymore. So having shame, for one thing, subtracts a victory point at the end, but also restricts your food, and this is pretty bad. So before I end this tutorial, I want to go into the next turn, just the first step in the next turn, and then we'll end it because you'll know the basics of the game. So it's Erik's turn now, and the first thing Erik does is phase 1. He has to advance the turn marker, and then he has to roll 1 die for the event. Now, according to this little marker here, he's rolling this die for the big planet. And you can see on the right side that we have little event indicators. There's also number 1 here at the starship. Now, what Erik rolled was a 4. A 4 is at this level right here. This means that there's a volcanic mega lightning. Believe it or not, there is lightning associated with volcanoes. A big volcano eruption will attract lightning. So, we have to perform 3 events. We look at the window according to the climate strip, and the top event is a volcano. There's a new volcano on this planet. And I'm looking here at the eruption icon in the Rosetta Stone at the top of the advancement track. And that says that I have to roll a die for latitude, which I will roll here. It's 6, and 6 on this world is the southern hemisphere. I'm looking at this little latitude roll. And so, according to an eruption rules, you have a new volcano coming to the highest elevation in the southern hemisphere, which is this one. Elevation is shown by the number of dots above each spot. So it ranges from 1 to 6. This is the highest one here, but it already has a volcano. So the highest one that doesn't have a volcano is here. Now, the second event is boiling of sulfur. And this also occurs in the southern hemisphere. We have sulfur right here. So sulfur boils from the surface and flies into the sky. And finally, we have station fall. Station fall destroys any plastic 3D printing that happens to be at this level, which is the DHZ level of the planet store. But we haven't built anything there. Oh, I'm sorry. Here. So we haven't built anything there, so there's no station to fall. This concludes the tutorial portion of this, and we're going to continue this video with an actual game. Erik and I are going to play a cooperative game together. But if you're only here to learn, then I bid you good farewell right now. It's been a half hour. So
you just forgot to mention that this lava is supposed to flow into the ocean.
Oh yeah, well I forgot. During setup, I should have done river flow. The little arrows show flowing of rivers into the ocean. So this spot right here has an arrow which shows the direction of the river, and it points to this ocean. If this ocean basin is empty, as it was during the initial boil out phase of the game, it used to have methane in it, then this lava would flow down into the ocean. Thank you for pointing that out, Erik. So I'm going to now say goodbye to those here only for the tutorial, but if you want to continue to watch this video to see how a cooperative game is played, then keep watching. Okay, Erik, it's your turn.
Yes. I first wanted to add, just if this was a competitive game, what Phil just did by killing his own blue worker, if it would have been a competitive game, he would have probably killed my hikikomori, which would have really
Well,
made it
actually,
hard.
Erik, I'm not allowed to kill the hikikomori. I can
You're not?
only kill workers at my work sites.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, never mind. But this still hurt me, even though it's you, because I am an Urban Knight player, if we were to have played competitive.
Yes, yes. Another thing that we should have done is lower the track for Urbanite.
Yeah.
Since we had a death, we should lower this down by 1. And I forgot to do that. These are easily missed things that you
And I
have to
also
train
thought,
yourself for.
I also thought that you should have, but no, you didn't use your beryllium, because I thought like you should have done maybe a vapor vehicle instead of a liquid, so you could have made a Gaian Goo company.
Oh God, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
That would have been a pretty good idea, actually. A vapor. I did not explain to people at all about the creation of companies, which is kind of an involved step. So
Yeah.
let's.
You did mention that companies make it cheaper to work, and you also get that. You did mention companies at least, and you talked a little bit about them.
Yeah, yeah. But Erik is right that it would have been smarter to create a vapor vehicle here instead of a liquid vehicle here. So why am I restricted to a vapor vehicle here? Because the fat end, the shovel end of a vehicle is called an airport. This is important during station fall, but it's also important when you're creating it. You can only create a vehicle at its airport level. Another rule is that the airport level, the milieu, which can be a state of matter such as space, vapor, liquid, solid, SCF, or
Gas.
Or one other one that I missed, gas.
Yeah.
It has to match. So let's just look at that briefly. Let's find a vapor vehicle. How about this one? You can see that this vapor has to match the vapor, the milieu at the surface. And this liquid here has to match the liquid at the ground. So when you're printing vehicles, the milieu has to match. Now these vehicles have the property that they can be converted into companies. The companies in this game are essentially fleets of vehicles. So let's just pretend that I was creating this company here. I would use my beryllium, which is a metal. All companies require metal to create. You notice that the beryllium has my icon on it, the hand icon. This is a device to show that this company works for me, is owned by me, that I am the director of this company. So the little icon here also shows what kind of company it is. This is a New Sphere company. So to summarize, if you do work, and I did work right here, New Sphere work, to create the goo, trying to stabilize the planet, you are allowed to make the company, the goo company, by spending your beryllium immediately after you do the work. This costs no food, but you have to do the work first, and you have to pay your 2 food for the work. If you do, then you can, if a vehicle is proper vehicle is available, you can convert that vehicle into a company. Now, from now on, creating goo only costs 1 food. And there's also, at least in a competitive game, a special ability that you get from this. And it also advances the company track. And I happen to be a tech player, so this would have been a better thing to do. But I'm going to say that I did not do that. So I'm going to throw all this back. But I just wanted to do, like Erik said, show the basics of creating a company. Let me say, too, companies are beryllium on vehicles. Monsters are worker dice on goo, like here. This might be a monster, for instance, like this. Urbanites are workers on habs, like this hab. If it wasn't polluted, I could do an urbanite here. But here is another urbanite, and here is another urbanite. And final kind of worker is called a farmer. And if you have a worker on a disc, this is called a farmer, like, no, this is not a good example, like here, then this farmer would raise the oxygen level of the planet. You notice it has to be color matched. In other words, the farmer has to be the same color as the disc he's sitting on. He has to be able to drink the water, so to speak. All right, Erik, so you can go ahead with your turn.
Yes, I also saw that you forgot to flip this, which is something
Oh,
that happens
yes,
at the work
I
site
forgot
at
about
the
that too.
THC or trench level. Yes,
Yeah.
which is
So,
quite good actually, as we might want to domesticate, and as it shows right here, we got scavengers that we can domesticate.
yes. So, as it state, let's flip this back over just to do a bit more explanation. This is sort of an advanced game thing, but right here it mentions that there's buried resources, and you flip if you choose the DHZ or the trench as a work site. And here we selected the DHC as a work site. That means you're allowed to flip this over to see the hidden side. This was randomized as part of setup, so we don't know what the hidden icons are. But it turns out that there's contact with aliens possible at this level, yellow aliens, red aliens here, and purple aliens. Erik, I have to say this is a terrible thing. There's no minerals down here.
No, but we
This is
have
a terrible
phosphorus,
planet.
at
Oh, but there
least.
is phosphorus available there. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So
we just have to keep it at this. Well, even if it warms, as long as it doesn't cool, will be fine, I think.
yeah, because phosphorus is really essential for a successful mission.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that we don't.
We also have phosphorus on store.
Oh, I see that too. That's in the atmosphere. This has presumably phosphine gas in the atmosphere that you can refine by having a Zeppelin or an aerostat. One other thing we need, this is not in the rules, but it's if you know the game, is beryllium mines are always found on Stur. So if we ever need more beryllium, and we will to create companies, then we're going to have to explore the other planet. So you can go ahead and
my work sites.
pick your work sites.
Oh, wait, this one.
Now, Erik is player Omega, and he happens to be allied to the red shirt in the starship. So, and this guy is at danger of station fall. Should a 1 be rolled, it's possible he could die off. So he's interested in trying to preserve him as well as possible, either through redundancy or, God, there's no place you can farm, Erik.
No, I can farm if I get the scavengers here up into the methane sky.
Yeah, up into sulfuric acid sky. Yeah, that's kind of a good plan.
But
But
I am
right
wondering
now,
if I want to do the Dropstone event on Stur to get all this water, because otherwise we have no water on Stur. And that's not the greatest.
Stur is a desert planet.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
maybe
thinking of
a
activating.
dropstone would be good. A
Yes.
dropstone is a falling asteroid or ice ball, and this can fall accidentally during the game, and it can be very devastating. But early in the game, if you've got a source of energy, helium, which Erik does, he could nudge a dropstone onto the planet to make it more habitable. It will deliver. This dropstone looks like it will deliver lots of water and some sulfur to the surface. And it'll also start up a beryllium mine. All these are useful.
Mm.
And
I should just say that too. In the beginning, what I always like to do is make sure that you have enough food so you can make as much progress as possible each turn. So what I'm probably going to do is, as I said, a dropstone, but after that I'm going to try to start domesticating.
Okay,
That's
to
very
create more workers. So,
yes.
just to give an overview here, he has discovered flying creatures, balloon like yellow flying creatures called skvader, to use a Swedish term. And these creatures are able to survive in a sulfuric acid atmosphere flying. They're like aeroplankton eaters. So there's a lot of sulfuric acid. So he aims to domesticate these skvader so they'd be like cows or horses or farm animals back on Earth. These would give him additional food, and his plan is, I think this is right, Erik, you want to try to set up the atmosphere of this desert planet as your base of operations.
Exactly.
All right, I see.
But as the first thing I do around now is my turn. I'm counting the food that I get, and I only get 2 food, as my friend up here is the only
Yeah,
one that
before you even do your food, let's put in
has
these
to
3D prints.
match. Yeah, and I have
You're
to
going to
match
3D
them.
print a vehicle, a special vehicle called a mass driver that connects the starship with the orbits of both Leeton and Stor. And then, what, are you going to do a sail here? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any outbreak rolls, so I'm taking the one that's free.
Yeah. So a sail is a very pollution-free option. So he's got his two work sites, one here and one here, and they are connected by a bridge of two vehicles. The mass driver here, going to the sail here, and finally down to the sky. So he's fulfilled his requirements to link the two 3D prints. Now he's counting up his food, which is how much food, Eric?
I get 2 food because the Hikomori is happy and is allied with me.
Yes, he likes you and he's happy, so you gain 2 food.
Which brings me up to 5. That means I can do, well, at least 2 things. Like I said, I can schedule the Dropstone, which I'm going to do the first thing I'm doing, which is paying 1 helium and 2 food to get the Dropstone activated.
Right. The Dropstone work that he's doing is described here.
And then I take the Dropstone shit from where the Dropstone is, and I place it 4 turns ahead.
All right. So he's used helium power to nudge this deorbit this ice ball. It's going to take 100 years, 4 turns for it to hit. So we have to be probably avoid ground zero until it hits. But afterwards, it'll be a paradise, right, Eric?
Absolutely, it will be a beautiful planet.
Okay.
And that's also a great thing why going and doing farms in the sky, because that's the sky will not really be that affected by a Dropstone. Not at
Right.
this level.
So all these flying cows won't be killed when the Dropstone hits.
Exactly. Now, if I had more 3D prints, I could have chosen to make a hab here and a worker. But as I don't have any 3D prints left, I am left with the choices of either mining phosphorus to make a Gaian goo or domesticating a squander here. And I am not sure. If I domesticate the squander and I roll a 3 next turn, then that squander will die by station fall.
No, it will not.
No, it will be rained down first. It will be rained down and saved. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but not only that, Eric, station fall only hurts plastic vehicles and does not affect farmers, including not sky farmers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Well, then I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do the domesticate work. So I'm paying 2 more food to domesticate the squander. So I take a little squander guy and I place him. I'm placing him as far in as possible. Because if I were to have placed him far out and it starts to rain, then that is going to get to the planet.
Right.
We don't.
So, just to summarize, all these disks in the sky track are atmospheric vapor. And so this yellow is like aeroplankton that's in the sky that's being grazed by these flying creatures. If it rains, and it rains starting from the rightmost, it will fall to the surface. And sulfur rain is an event that certainly can happen, for instance, here. So he does not want the flying creatures will survive being rained down to the surface, but they will be rained down to a surface which is the temperature of lava, and they won't be happy anymore.
Yes. And they will also be in danger of the coming Dropstone that is on the way.
Yeah. All right.
Well, yes, that's my turn. I didn't really add the. Well, I could also know that cost 2 work. I was thinking of metallizing the hab to protect him, but I guess That's not an option.
Why
I'm
isn't it
going
an option?
because I only have one
Oh,
food left.
you already spent all your food? God,
I'm at two food to get the Dropstone and 2 food to
yes, you
domesticate.
did. You spent all your food. Yes.
Yeah. And the
Now you
problem with this
could.
one, I just wanted to say with the spaceship, as it is number one, it is number one on both planets. So it is one of the most uh, under pressured hubs in the game. This one almost always gets destroyed sooner or later. So this is a very good thing to protect.
Yes, it is. Now, Eric, it is possible for you to create the Dropstone company. I don't know if you want to do that.
I don't see a reason to do that as a Dropstone company. It would we that would just make doing Dropstones one less food, and I
All
don't see
right.
us doing another Dropstone. It would
All
help
right.
for the company track, but as we're just getting started, it doesn't really help right now. There is no positive to it.
Well, one thing that it is
Well,
that
yeah,
you'd
I
be
get it.
able
Yeah,
to uplift this guy.
yeah, that's true. But I don't think that. Well, yeah. Otherwise, I won't get any food from it. Yeah, I'm probably doing that because I can also later just reshuffle the
Yeah,
beryllium,
you can
make
recycle that.
recycle it.
So, just to summarize what happened, if you do work, you're able to make it into a company by paying beryllium if the vehicle's available. He did Dropstone work, so he's able to make a Dropstone company because the Dropstone vehicle is available. All that is detailed in the lower part of the Dropstone description here, showing that you need a mass driver in order to make it into a vehicle. So now we go into the last part of Eric's turn, and this is
Yes.
a
So
track advancement.
yes. So I advanced the tech company HQ track, which uh, gets me past an outbreak. But as I do not have any pollution, I do not need to make an outbreak roll, but I do get an uplift, and an uplift makes me able to take my domesticated animal, my pharaoh, and make it into a farmer. Then I take
Okay.
a yellow die and I make it friends with me. Otherwise, I won't get food. So I make it into a 5. Allegiance to a 5.
All
This
right.
also makes another farm. So now I also advance the farmer track, going past another outbreak. But as I said, I have no pollution, so no outbreak roll is made. And I get another food, because you always get one food when you advance the farming track.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's the end of your turn, and it's
Yes.
my turn. I'm going to, first thing in any turn, advance the track. And I'm going to roll both die just because only the blue die counts. But I like to roll both because the second die I can use for latitude if I need it. So I rolled 3, and this is on the small planet because I'm in the lower track here, which is the event for the small planet. That means there's silicate rain. So it looks like rain falls. And according to what I rolled here, 6 for my second roll on the black dice, a 6 means it falls into the southern hemisphere. And rain always goes into the lowest elevation available, which is this one. This is both elevation 4 and elevation 5, but we flooded this part, which is kind of convenient for farming this planet. But like Eric is pointing out, we lost greenhouse gas. And greenhouse loss means we're going to be cooling the planet. So I'm going to take from here the climate change, a cooling, and I'm going to schedule it 100 years into the future. All these events take place in 100 years. So there's also station fall, but there's no stations to fall at this level. We don't have anything plastic here. So it's now my turn. And maybe, do you know how to set up the turn sequence, Eric?
No, I do not.
All right. Well, we'll just have to remember every time we're on the lower track, it's my turn. So, what I'm going to do is, after the disaster of last turn, I have to try to save the commander. I'm going to choose this and this again. I'll give 2 food because the commander is happy, even though he just lost his son, and is my friend. So I gain 2 food from this. Well, I think I could mine some phosphorus and create more Guy and goo eventually that'll help protect the commander from station fall. And maybe this is the best thing to do, or Eric,
Yes.
I've already established this commander as being a really foolhardy jerk, basically. So I'm going to keep playing in this mode.
Okay. Pollution
No, I
mode.
can't do this. No, I can't do this. No.
Because you're gonna have to do a pollution roll, and you have 3 pollutions right now. There's a 50-50.
Yes.
And if he dies, then
No.
it's kind of over.
Yes. If he dies, then the game would be over, and this would be a very short tutorial.
Yes.
I could do.
Yeah, then you only have one out of 6.
I'm going to
I guess
try to do a work site at the starship and a work site at the surface.
Yeah, you should be able to, and that should only cost maybe 1 pollution.
Yeah. Only 1 pollution. Yes. So I have to link these 2. So I'm going to put a sail here, which is a really low pollution. And I'll do a Project Orion space vehicle here, which will do 1 pollution in the sky, which I guess I'll pollute some methane here. So I have the 2 things linked. How much food do I get? At the surface, I get 2 food because the commander is happy and he likes me. At the starship, I get 1 food because he doesn't like me, but he's happy, so I get 1 food. So this will give me 3 food total. Now, I guess the commander has learned his lesson. Maybe. So he's going to clean up the ice, the South Pole that he polluted earlier. This cost 1 food. Now, I have 2 more food,
You
and I
could
think
farm,
I could farm.
as it is connected now to the Skavander on Stor.
Oh God, I
No,
could
yeah,
do.
no, that's
No, I actually have to have a work site
yeah,
at the
exactly.
sky to use that.
But
But
you
I
could put
could
the work right
farm.
there because
But
you
I
get
could
3.
farm this,
Yeah, that's true.
and I
So
will
you,
do that.
yeah,
I'm going to use my last 2 food to farm. So the farming requirement is that I need to have a unfarmed. I need to have a work site at an unfarmed lake. So the unfarmed lake I'm looking at is this one. I hope it doesn't get boiled off or anything, Eric.
yeah,
So I'm going to create a newborn here. He's safe from station fall, but he could die in a tsunami. But I've already put goo off to protect from tsunamis, so he should be okay, I think. So a problem with farming is it consumes biofluid, either fertilizer, which I don't have anymore, I already spent it, my phosphorus, or I can spend it from the sky. I'm going to spend it from the sky. So this dehydrates the planet somewhat. But it does give a new worker, and this he's happy and likes me, so this will be a good work base for me. On my end of my turn, I'm going to advance a track, and I'll advance the oxygen track by 1 step. I have to make a pollution roll, and I look at pollution in space, there is none, and on the surface, and there is none. This pollution here is not on the surface, it's in the ocean because it's in a stippled basin. So it does not count towards my pollution roll. So there's no pollution, but I did gain a food. There's a little food icon right here. So I'm going to push my food marker to the right by 1. And now it's your turn, Eric.
yes. So I will advance the generation track to Stor event, and now we're going to roll for a Stor event. And I'm rolling 2, and I'm using the 6 only, depending on something happens, and something does happen. It's a volcano that gets to the 2nd latitude, highest elevation, which would be over here.
Yeah. Okay, a volcano, but not much else.
No. And now I am trying to figure out what I want. I'm definitely doing this, and I am thinking this turn that I should mine some phosphorus and make a goo, as this planet will cool down next turn, and then making a goo here is going to be harder. So I'm thinking I'm future-proofing this one and also making it
Yeah,
easier for the future.
making goo would be a good plan. I'll point out, Eric, although you probably already know it, that if you do spawn to a
Yeah,
hab here, you'll be able to create a
on company.
company.
Yeah,
And if you had domesticated, you'll be able to create another worker at this level, another flying farmer.
but you are forgetting that I don't have beryllium, and I can only reuse my beryllium that I already have, which wouldn't create another company
Would not
on the
create any uplift.
no.
Yes, so in other words, we're stuck until we can discover more beryllium
We're
on
going to get
Store.
beryllium from the Dropstone is bringing beryllium to us.
Oh, that's right.
And if we're lucky, we might have a double beryllium farm, which is really good.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good, depending on exploration results.
Yeah. But I am, as I said, I am getting 5 food from these 2 work sites. So I am,
How
yeah,
did you get your 5 food, Eric?
no, I have 2 food and I get 3, so I get to 5, sorry.
Oh, yes, all right.
Yeah. I get 1 food from this guy because he likes me, and 2 food because the guy in the spaceship likes me and is happy.
All right.
Now, I am a little bit sad that this planet is cooling down. I rather want it to be hotter so the scavengers become happy. But I don't see any way to do that right now. I would need a space elevator and do the sunscreen
Yeah.
work. Because that
We
is a
can't really think about a space
no.
elevator until after the stone hits.
Yeah. So as I said, I am farming, spending 2 food to do to do mining of phosphorus. So I get 1 phosphorus. Then I am
All
spending
right.
that 1 phosphorus and 2 food to create a goo.
This little icon here, the P icon, means that phosphine gas is available to be mined in the atmosphere of Store. And Eric took that option.
Yes. The problem now when it gets colder is that farm is going to disappear, but it is going to be on the surface.
Oh, yeah.
And as long as my work sites are bridged, I can still do domesticate up in the sky, even though my work site isn't there.
Yeah.
So I can domesticate them on the ground, but send them up to the sky.
Yes. But since he's a dice, you could also use him as a parent for direct farming.
That is true. That is true. Which might even be better. But this turn was pretty fast. I knew what I wanted to do, so I am not advancing any tracks. I was thinking of making no, but I can't make another company, so it doesn't matter.
All right. So it's my turn, and I'll advance my track. Now, exceptionally, I do not make an event roll because there is an event chit happening on a turn. If an event chit happens, then you don't make a roll. Instead, you perform whatever the chit says. The chit that I'm performing is a cooling event on the planet Stur. So, what this means is that I will return this cooling disk back to the climate change. I'm not very good at this. And we will cool down the planet if the homeostasis roll fails. Now, the more goo is a carpet of nanites that stabilizes the planet. Right now, there's only 1 on Store. So, according to the homeostasis rule, which is described here on the planet, it says that whenever you make a climate change and there's goo on the world, you have to first roll 1 dice to see if the climate change is canceled or not. The goo might cancel it because it's trying to stabilize the temperature. So I'm going to roll. If I roll equal to or less than the amount of goo on the planet, then the climate change does not happen. But it's a 3. So the cooling does occur after all, unfortunately. So we're going to move it to the right, to the cool side, one step. This guy and goo here will follow. So we've got flying goo still in the sky, and it doesn't look like any vehicles are affected by this. So now I'm going to select my work sites again. And of course, I'm going to select this work site because I've got 2 happy workers that like me. So this will give me 4 food. For my second option, God, there's no solid level on this planet, Eric.
Yeah, I know.
Is there anything solid on your planet?
Yes, we have a whole solid. But oh no, I did the same thing. We're gonna lose that solid when the
We're going to
when it,
lose it. That solid level will evaporate when the dropstone hits.
so we won't be
Uh,
able to get the mining company. But we have some
yeah,
workers.
that was a tactical error.
Yeah,
It's difficult to explain, but we'll see it when the dropstone actually hits what happens.
but you will get the
Now,
solid pretty soon because Liten is cooling, and you'll get the solid on the DHC level.
all right. Now, the reason why we're concerned about solid is that we need, in a cooperative game, it's very helpful to get a mining company because you'll be doing a lot of mining. And a mining company will need a solid level in order for the proper vehicle to exist. So, climateering to get a solid level is helpful. But on my turn, I think I'm going to choose the starship and this level again. And I'm wondering if I should try to get rid of my shame or not.
By printing, yeah.
Yeah, if I create some pollution here, one I'm not sure if I should do that. I don't think so because the commander's still at risk, and I really need to either metalize him or create some goo. To create some goo, I'm going to need phosphorus, so I think I'm going to try to mine phosphorus. So I'm going to pick this and this. So the surface gives me 4 food. The starship gives me 1 food. They're already linked. I had 1 food left over from last time. I have 6 food. Now notice that I'm already maxed out because of my shame. I can't collect any more food, even if I had more workers, because of my shame. That's an interesting point. The first thing I'm going to do is mine phosphorus. I'm allowed to do this because I'm at a level where mining of phosphorus is legal. So that is useful. I'm not allowed to create Gaian goo at this level because it doesn't have a lair. I want to try to create Gaian goo at this level, which already has Gaian goo, and try to push more Gaian goo up there. So I think I'm going to do this instead. This means I start with 1 less food because I did not start at the starship. I'm going to
And now we're using 3 work sites again. We should always stick to 2. So which work sites did you have?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let's put this away.
Yes.
I have these 2 work sites. And I guess I'm going to be I mined phosphorus, then I spent the phosphorus to create more goo. But instead of creating it, I shove it up here to protect the commander. I'll spend my last food to clean up this hab that's all polluted. And on my turn, I did not advance any tracks, so I don't have to make an outbreak roll. And so it's your turn, Erik.
Yes. I am. First, yes, I'm not doing an event roll either, because a Dropstone event is happening on store. But I am
All
going
right.
to have to roll, see where it lands. You can do it.
All right. I'm going to roll to see where this thing lands. The first number is 1. That means it lands in the northern hemisphere, as defined by the latitude roll. The second number is 6. That means it lands on the elevation 6. It
This
hits
one.
there.
And what happens with the lava? The lava.
The lava will go down into the trench.
Then boom, now we have a big crater here. Now nothing really happens as nothing is next to the crater. Otherwise, things here would have been destroyed or get evaporated into the sky.
Yeah, that's correct. So what we're doing here is we're looking at the Rosetta Stone, and we rolled for the latitude and longitude. We roll to boil off anything adjacent, but there is no lakes adjacent. This is in a pentagon, so there's 5 adjacent spots. Here, 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 and the North Pole. But there's nothing to boil off. The next thing it is, move the Dropstone disc to the sky and rain any of the excess. So we're going to place this here, and that here. Now, before we rain the excess, I just have to say that we raise the greenhouse of this planet. And the greenhouse, it says, if covering, we warm the planet. So this Dropstone is going to warm it in 4 turns. And Erik's going to place that down there 4 turns for me.
So
now, then we're going to rain, and the rain has to be in the same latitude as the crater, starting with the lowest elevation. So
shouldn't you start with sulfur, right? Because you go from right to left.
No, you go from left to right.
Okay, so you start with the water then.
Yeah, put that in the North Pole.
This goes here, right? It goes to.
Yeah, and we should have. I don't know why. We should have another. No.
Another what? Water?
No. This is fine. You're right.
Yep.
You did everything right. And this is called a vent chit. This goes into there. This means that there is beryllium mine. Sorry for the mirror image. There's a beryllium mine at this level. there are some new events at this level, and this level is converted to SCF, which is short for supercritical fluid. Now, this is what Erik was moaning about earlier. It would be nice if this planet had a solid level, but the Dropstone was so powerful it cracked the crust and converted it into a supercritical fluid exposed directly to the substrate of this, the carbon disulfide, liquid carbon disulfide sulfate layer of this planet, so it no longer has a solid layer, which is unfortunate, but it does give us some workability. Now we can farm the planet and things like that. Okay, all right. Good work, Erik.
Yeah.
You can go ahead with your turn.
Yes, I'm just wondering what to do because I was thinking a little bit wrong. Yeah, it would have been nice to have here, but none of them. It's gonna be really hard to getting the Scavanders happy. I might think of a new place to create.
Oh, yeah. Because the planet cooled down and did not warm up,
Yeah, and
the
it needs to warm up twice.
Scavanders are not quite as good a base of operation as originally envisioned. It'd be
It is gonna
nice.
get harder, but it needs to get harder 2 times, and that's so many rounds in the future. That's not
Now you can
nice.
farm the North Pole immediately,
Yeah,
and
I
I
know, but
think you should do that because they're happy.
yeah, but they're not going to be happy in 4 turns.
Oh,
So
God.
it's either that or it's. But now I can't. But then in 4 turns I could domesticate lava slugas here, and that's
Yeah,
a better option. But not right
yeah.
now. Now I am just trying to figure out what to do.
I think, in my opinion, even though they're going to be unhappy, I think trying to farm the surface is a good option anyway. I think.
I'm going to look here because this is also an option. By this getting warmer, I'm just going to look at what it changes. It changes from this gas vehicle to SCF. Because I looked at this as a thing where you can save a lot of pollution by making. If I make this gas one, I print this gas one for just one pollution. When it gets hotter, this becomes an SCF level, so you're gonna have to move your gas one to this one, which is 2 pollution. So you don't you save 1 pollution by thinking of warming.
Yeah. So what Erik's talking about is whenever you have climate change, the vehicles have to migrate in order to stay within their preferred milieu, which could be, gas, SCF, vapor, or whatever. And so he's looking at the best way to preserve that. My idea, Erik, is that maybe you should keep at this level in the sky and try to do a human monster here, which
Yeah,
will become happy.
yeah. No,
And
you're
you could
right. Yeah,
also
I should
do
do
a
that.
human urbanite at this level too,
Yeah,
who's safe and happy.
yeah, that would be good. Would be good. Then I'll get a lot of food. Yeah, I can still make it into a farming area. Just not
Yeah,
the
I
optimal
think it's
farming.
still your original plan was okay. The
Yeah,
flying cows will still help you, and they'll still be protected by all this goo. And you will now have exotic flying monsters that will.
yes. So, well, I'm gonna just I'm choosing these 2 works. I was gonna get 2 food because the guys on Liten are happy, and I get another food from my Scavander. So I get 3 food, which brings me up to 4. So I can do 2 things. And I could create that hub and create an urbanite, but that would make me have to do a outbreak roll. I'm probably not gonna have enough if I want to do that and the monster.
I sort of think let's not take the risk. Just do the monster, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm doing the monsters. Freaking 2.
So to summarize what Erik was thinking of, he wants to create as many workers as possible in the sky. So he's trying to do a sky city. You can imagine a zeppelin. There's lots of phosphorus at this level, so it's creating a fertilizer. There are flying cows in the area, which you can slaughter for food, and it's all being protected by a Grendel, a human Grendel, a type of bioengineered flying monster.
But
So
I might change this, because let me ask you, are you planning to do spawning next turn? Because if so, it might be better for me to make the hub and create a spawning company for you.
I am going to spawn.
Yeah, then I am doing that instead. I'm creating a hub and moving this one here. That just cost 1 more food because I'm spending 1 food to clean up the pollution instantly.
So you can note how we're cooperating here. And I really need to emphasize again the lovely science fiction aspect of a cloud city on a desert planet, post-apocalyptic desert planet where the stone has just hit. It's still smoldering. And with flying cows, flying goo, and now a Zeppelin cloud city. And he's created a company, a spawning company here. And he had to recycle the metal from the old company. So this is a restructuring here. He did this because the spawning company is going to be more useful use of the beryllium than the Dropstone company, which is kind of obsolete. So it's my turn, and
yes,
I
but
will.
before it's your turn, I am going to advance my urbanite track.
All right.
Because I made 1 urbanite. Now it's your turn.
All right. So I do not make an event roll because there's an event chit instead. And that's cooling on Lytton. And once again, because there's 1 goo on Lytton, I have to make a roll to see if this cooling event occurs or gets cancelled. If I roll the 1, then it gets cancelled. But it doesn't. So we will cool.
Yeah, I'm just thinking we should maybe put out our coin rolling up here. I don't know how much Jon is recording.
Oh.
You might have been outside.
Oh, God. All right.
But I think it should be fine.
I hope everyone can see our rolls. So I'm going to try to move this over to the left to be cooler. The guy in goo travels with it. And okay. Oh, this means that the planet has essentially lost all its atmosphere through this climate change. The surface is now space. This whole world is much less hospitable than it was before. As described here, it's more or less like the moon Io, the closest Galilean moon to the planet Jupiter. So now these guys are essentially in vacuum, these farmer and this urbanite. And the temperature is the temperature of space. They're no longer happy.
Now, I have some recommendations. Now we have a solid level, but this planet really is not so good at this cooling, this cold level. So you could do a pyromining, which would put your this lava into the trench, and that would create a warming event.
Really? It'd be nice to have a warming event. Maybe I should do that.
But I see you have to clean the lava before you do that.
Yeah, the lava is still polluted. Okay, before I do that, however, I have to migrate this vehicle down to here. The reason is the rules state that if the milieu changes, which it did, it went from liquid to solid, so the submarine has to dive deep to stay within the liquid layer.
And now this vehicle is not connected via bridge, so doesn't it get destroyed then? Or do you have your turn?
No, it stays there, but it can get connected depending on what I do.
Yeah, and if you don't connect it, then it gets destroyed.
No, I don't destroy vehicles if they're not connected. It will be float on autopilot until it's needed.
Because if I remember correctly from the rules, it might say that, so you might have to change that in there.
I will have to check that. I'm
Yeah.
making a note.
Because I looked at that like in this Monday, I think, and it was like if they're not
Okay.
connected, you have to recycle them or something or destroy them.
I think the
Maybe.
rules state that if a vehicle has no proper milieu to migrate to, like there's no liquid at all after climate change, then
And
it
then
will crash
okay.
and burn.
Yeah.
But if it does have milieu, then it was. That's my intention anyway. I have to check it, Eric.
I just know that
I
when
want.
I did it, I had to like migrate them to the other planet, like through the connection of the bridges. Like that.
So I am out of food. My guys are unhappy. The most food I can get is like 2, and that's not really enough to even do the pollution. So, God, I said I would spawn, and I want to spawn.
If you do it up in the space, you get 3 food at least. It might help a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then you have to create a new hub. Is there any way you can?
I may have to create a monster, and I think I will try.
Okay, I'm just gonna run to the loo and be back in a few minutes. So think about what you need to do.
Yes. So I wanted to create a urbanite here. A Gooman urbanite would be happy and allied and give me 2 food, and that's an obvious thing to do. And spawning only cost 1 food because there's a spawning company. But I'm having to change my plans. It would just create too much pollution and could kill off everyone on the planet with the outbreak roll. I decided on a new plan. And I have no beryllium either. Well, I do have beryllium. Um, this is a difficult choice. But I think I'm going to create a solid vehicle here. Oh no, we lost Erik. This will create pollution in this ocean here and on the surface here. Both of these are bad. And could destroy everything. So the plan is teratogenesis. Teratogenesis is Latin for monster making. And monster making is here. And the idea is that I can use the red shirt in the starship as a parent, create a monster right here. Erik, you got kicked out for some reason. So I'm going to create a newborn here. And are you there, Erik?
What? Oh, I got disconnected. Sorry.
Yeah, you got disconnected.
Yeah, I am using the internet from my phone, so when I went away, it lost connection.
So this choice will give me 2 food on the surface and 1 food from the star minutes. 3 food. 1, 2, 3. I'll spend 2 of it to create the monster at this level. This monster is happy and he likes me, so at the moment at least, this is a good move. I'm going to use my last food. I could use it to spawn, but no, I'm going to clean up pollution on the surface so that I don't have to make a roll. So on my turn, I get to advance the monster track by 1. There's an outbreak roll, but the only pollution is in the oceans, and I have no work site at the ocean level, so I don't have to make a pollution. I also get an uplift, which means if there's any wild animals that need to be taught how to read and write, that are linked by a bridge of vehicles, that I could do it, but there are no wild animals, unfortunately. So it's your turn, Erik.
Yes. So I am advancing the track, and now I'm doing a roll for the store event. So we shall see what we get. We get a 5 and a 6. So at the DHG level, we get a station fall, but station fall does not do anything as we have no vehicles. And then we get eruption, which will
Yeah, eruption to the southern hemisphere. So it looks like
and highest
there.
one is there, exactly. And now,
So we have a new volcano.
yes, and with the warming that's happening on this planet, that is very good because now we got 2 places on the ground where we could domesticate lava monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a good plan to try to domesticate them as early as possible. Now, I don't see any obvious place to domesticate them because I don't see the lava icon. But
No,
maybe
it's next turn when the cooling when the warming has happened.
all right. Yes.
Or the my next turn.
Your next turn, yes.
Mm,
Okay.
But I might still do the monster. Oh, and you made.
Oh
You just
yes,
finished
I
it.
wanted to create a company on my turn. I
Okay,
forgot to do that. If you allow me,
Yeah, obvious. Yes.
because I created a monster, I'm allowed to create by spending my beryllium the monster company.
Yes.
This vehicle is linked So as long as the vehicle is linked by a bridge to my work sites, then I'm allowed to make a company from it. And so that's what I did. It costs
Okay.
no extra food. It just cost my beryllium to create this company. And you can see that it has the little monster making Frankenstein icon.
Indeed. Oh yeah,
So
that
if
is
you want to do a monster, it only costs you one food, Eric.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's great. Well, I'm most likely going to do that. I'm just looking where I can get if I use these two work sites, so the spaceship and the sky level at store, I get 4 food. That's pretty good. With 4 food, what could I do? Well, I get 5 food, so I could actually mine phosphorus if I go down one, but then I get less food, so yeah, I can't do that. Uh, hmm, I'm not sure actually. Well, I might just save some food to next turn, and then I can start doing some stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend. I'm spending at least one on my 5 food, so I'm down to 4. To make a monster, and I'm making it a black dye because we want to make sure that those guys. But no, maybe not, because it's gonna get warmer, and then I'm gonna get more food if it's a blue one. But the black dye is still in danger of. No, okay, you made one. Oh, you made a
No, I
blue one.
made a monster over here,
Yeah,
so he's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, then I'm making a blue one. I'm making a blue one. Oh,
Eric was
well,
concerned that the hikikomori, the black workers, might go extinct. But they do have a bioengineered form of it living on the little planet.
yeah. So
A
the
swimming.
swimming one, yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's a little bit of a fish out of water because there's only one lake on the planet, but I
Yeah,
guess that's where he's living.
and I was
Well,
thinking
there's
maybe
a sulfur lake.
yeah, I was thinking of maybe making a vapor vehicle here, but that's just gonna get moved next turn. My next
Yeah,
turn, because
when
then it's gonna become
climate
gas.
change happens, it will get,
Yeah,
it will have to migrate.
but we could because the next vapor one is okay. It's these two. I guess we could save one uh, pollution if I make it here. Then it only costs 1 pollution, and then it gets moved over here, so it covers 2 pollution. Then we save some
Yeah,
food. That.
yeah, we save a bit of food. That's true.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because I want to next time we do newsware work, we can make a newsware company. But I also need to mine some more beryllium. Hmm.
One thing
Yeah,
I'd
maybe.
like to talk about, just briefly while Eric's taking his turn, is a parent rule. I haven't really talked about this before, but the rule is that when you choose your work sites, at least one work site has to have worker dice in it. And when you create newborns, such as with spawning or farming or teratogenesis monster making, it has to be the color of dice that are on one of your work sites, the parent, as it were. So whenever you create a newborn, it has to have a parent, and that parent has to be the same color, the same species, in other words.
Yes. I am thinking though of maybe doing farm work and creating another farmer, another scavander up here. I just had a question then. If I do that farm work, do I have to use another sulfur as biofuel, or could I use water as biofuel?
No, you have to use sulfur.
Yeah.
So you would have to use the third one, or you'd have to use phosphorus,
Yeah.
which
And I can't take the phosphorus from the ground, can't I? Or is it only from the sky I have to take
All right.
the
The
yeah,
rules
oh yeah,
state
it's here.
that biofluids can only be taken from the trench
Or the
or
sky.
from the sky. So you
Yeah.
could technically take it from here.
I'm taking it from there. Just to make sure that it doesn't get rained down the new farmer. So I'm making another yellow farmer up here. And that is gonna cost 2 food, and I think I'm going to save my last 2 food for next turn.
All right. So
And
we
I
now
am
have, just to summarize this science fiction story that's developing here on the big planet, we now have intelligent creatures. I should not call them flying cows anymore because these are of human sentience and consciousness and can speak, talk, and imagine. And so he decided to advise them as an AI to create more farms. And so they are now taking over the sky, basically, as in the quest to make this planet, this desert planet, this carbon planet, habitable.
yes. And I just forgot that I made a new hub, a new urbanite, so I'm advancing the urbanite track. This time on the urbanite track, I actually pass a bomb, but as we are playing a cooperative game, bombing is not a very useful thing. I am
Yeah,
also
bombing is
passing.
very belligerent. It's if you want to win by annihilating your opponents.
Yes, and I am also advancing the oxygen farmer track. Both times I passed outbreak, but as we know, there is no pollution on the big planet at my work sites, so I don't do a outbreak roll. And I
Yes,
get
that's
one more
because,
food.
yeah, one more food. That's because Erik is very environmentally conscious.
Well, yes, I guess I am. I do
All
want to
right.
get down here into the trench, but there is so much pollution by going down here, so I'm trying to get my food up before so I can clean the pollution once I go down there.
All right. I advanced my turn, and the blue dice is the event roll. This is on the little planet. I rolled a 4.
That's great.
So take a look. Because a couple turns ago I shoved goo up to this level, that blocks the event, so nothing happens on this turn. Normally, there should have been megaplastic surface, and this vehicle, this hab, and the commander would have sunk into the surface. But
Yeah.
because they're protected by goo, I managed to save the
Oh,
planet. Basically, I'm
I'm
just trying to congratulate myself,
yeah.
even though I do have shame for a very foolish first move. Okay.
I'm just going to add this here. Like, if you create 2 more hubs, then we get up to having 3 work sites, which might help us. Like, it might
Oh
help us a lot.
God, that is really helpful.
Yeah.
There are little achievements on this track which can be unlocked if you get the advancement into them, and they're unlocked for all players. And this particular one on the urban track is really useful. It allows you 3 work sites instead of 2. It's a really hard game rule, 2 work sites, and that's very limiting. 3 is uh, enormously helpful if we can do it.
Then you can always have
And
one work site where your food is, and the other 2 where you actually want to do work instead of being stuck.
yeah, yeah, exactly, precise. Um, well, it's possible, I guess, to do 2 work sites. I mean, get 2 urbanites, maybe. it might be risky, but what's the worst that could happen, Eric?
If you do what? If you do
If
two halves.
I produce two urbanites at a small pollution risk. Maybe not so small pollution risk.
How much food do you get right now?
I would get 4 food.
And that's enough to clean the pollution and make 2 urbanites as we have the spawning company. So you just have to pay 1 food for each urbanite. And
Well,
you have 1 hab, so you only need to make that one into urbanite and then create a hab and make an urbanite there. And then we're up 2 more. So I don't think
all
I don't
right.
think you're in danger. That would just
All right,
cost you
for my free 3D print, I print this and I pollute here.
Okay.
Then but there's 3 pollution, Eric. I only
Yeah,
have 4 food.
Yeah, I mean you
So
could. Yeah, it
I
would be.
think I am going to do this, but there will be a risk. What's the
Yeah.
worst that can happen?
Yeah,
The
I
worst
guess
that can happen is I roll the 1, I get more shame, and
maybe it's a bit better to just make 1 hub and clean up the pollution then.
it'd be safer to do that. But heck, this is a tutorial to show what you shouldn't do.
Yeah, and I also want to add that there a very good way if you use domesticate, you get to clean 1 color matched lake for free.
Unfortunately, the abilities are deactivated in cooperative game.
That's not an ability. That's just part of domesticate.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, if you look at the domesticate right here, add 1 pharaoh of the picked color, and then to an unoccupied and clean color matched. Oh, and clean color matched lake. Okay, you don't get to clean it. Yeah, that's me.
You don't get to clean it.
Misunderstanding.
No, it has to be clean to begin with.
Yeah.
All right. So I gain 4 food. I spend 1 food to create an urbanite at this level. Now I've created it before, but this level has the advantage is he's happy and it doesn't have the station fall icon. So he's relatively safe there.
Yeah.
And he does give a lot of food, so I think this is important.
Yes.
Now,
can you add that in your notes that I think the domesticate one, instead of having an and symbol, have a slash, because I think with the and it's like and clean color match lake. If you just read it clean color match lake, it sounds like you can clean a color match lake.
yeah, I know, but I use the slash to mean or, and this is not what I wanted. I wanted and in this case. All right. So I wanted to say, Eric, that I want
color match
to
and clean. You can make color match and clean. You do the like unoccupied color matched and clean lake. So you do the and after you switch that up. Might be.
Yeah, I can try to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to do a second spawn, also costing 1. Now it cost 1 because both of these spawns cost 1 because of the spawning company. Now I used the parent rule. For this one, the parent was a commander on the surface. But for this one, I use the parent as being the monster. He's got a monster parent. A swimming monster parent on this planet. So, and I'm going to raise this child to be in my image here.
And you got 2 food left, so you can clean 2, and that would actually that outbreak roll wouldn't be that dangerous at that point. You can still roll a 1, but
yeah. So I'm going to spend my last 2 food to clean up.
Do you want me to give you a food so you can clean all of it? You don't have to worry.
Yes, actually I do.
Yeah, you get 1 more food. You can clean everything.
All right.
So
In a
maybe explain
cooperative
what happened
game, you
there.
can freely transfer food, but if you transfer resources, it costs one food paid to the bank. So I'm
Yes.
going to clean this, and this. I don't have to make a roll. And now it's your turn, Eric.
Yeah, but yeah, and you forgot to
Oh, I
advance.
have to advance the track. Yes.
Jumping over 2 outbreak rolls and 2 bombs. Now, if this was a competitive game, that's really good because if you pass 2 bombs, you get to you pay as much as using just 1 bomb, but you
Yeah.
get double the amount.
As described by the little bombing icon here, you can, as described by the bombing icon there, uh, you have to spend helium energy to bomb, but you get to destroy as many targets as bombing icons you passed in your turn.
Yes.
All right. What are you
Yeah,
going to
I'm
do, Eric?
advancing. First of all, I'm advancing, and I don't do an event roll because there is a warming event happening on Store. So we're doing this.
Well, let's roll for it.
Oh yeah, that's true. We still have to roll, but I'll roll and see. It's a 3, so it still warms up. Which is really good for me right now because I get more food from this place. Because now
Right.
my workers are happy and they like me.
Yeah. Yeah. That
That
was
was the plan.
fortunate.
Yes.
So this is really a powerhouse level for you.
Yeah, and now I gotta remember I have 3 work sites, so we can see how much food I can get from just this. From the sky area on big, I get 4, 5, 6, which brings me up to 8. So I can just put my other work sites where I actually want to do some work. And I think I want to. Well, if I do mining, I can make the mining company. So I might want to go down here to the beryllium level.
Yeah, to make companies, we really need to go get some
Yeah.
beryllium.
No, I'm gonna have still my work set up here, so I get up to 8 food. And then I have to connect it with 2. And this is gonna cost a lot of. Well, no, I can get it by just getting 3 pollutions actually. So it's
Since you're exploring, should I flip this over, Eric?
yeah. I'm thinking of. I just have to bridge it first, but I guess it doesn't matter. I'm planning to bridge it anyway, so you can flip it.
Yeah, it
And
just says that you flip it if you choose that level as a work site.
yeah.
If you're sure that's your work site, then I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. So this
And
is an exploration.
oh, beryllium is furthest down. We didn't get the double, but I get that's fine. That's not the worst in the world.
So we have beryllium here. We have discovering lava creatures here, but we also have discovering lava creatures here.
Yeah.
And we have more excavator to be domesticated here. That's not so important, perhaps.
I just
Um,
also wanted to add there, you said that when you choose your work site here, that's when you reveal it. But that also means you have to connect your work site with bridges. You always have to connect your
Correct.
work site with bridges.
You'll have once you flip it over, you're committed on your work sites, and you have
Yeah.
to either connect them with bridges, or you can also spend helium for what's called rocketry, a temporary bridge.
Now the things that I covered creates 3 pollution. I am going to clean one of those pollutions that's on the DHC level, and then make 2 pollutions here at ground. Yes, for now. I might clean them up. We'll see. And then I am going to mine 1 beryllium. So I get a new beryllium. And that also, as soon as I mine, I'm gonna create the mining company with that beryllium. Boom.
Good move.
And then I am probably going to mine 2 more beryllium, so I have some in my reserve.
And each of these mines only cost 1 food because the mining company exists
Yes,
earlier in its turn.
exactly. And now I still have 3 food left, so I am. Well, it might be good to clean up the pollution, or should I leave that for you so you can get your shame removed and you don't have to create a bunch of new pollution?
I could do that.
And then maybe I'll help you make something that you get even more food on your turn.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
but
do-
I'm not sure that I'm going to remove my shame. Shame
yeah,
doesn't really it's going to
matter right
hurt
now.
me if I collect a lot of food, but the one
Yeah,
VP doesn't matter in a cooperative game.
yeah. I'm actually, instead of that, I'm going to use 2 more food and mine 2 more phosphorus. And no, wait. We don't have the Newsware company. No, and we don't really have a vapor level either, so we can't make that. Well, I'll mine 1 phosphorus, and then I'll just spend my last 2 food, spend that phosphorus, and create a Gaian goo here on small planet DHC level. Boom.
Wow.
I got a
Okay.
lot. So I created 1 company. I guess that's all I did. So that advances us.
Now,
But we
Eric,
are supposed to.
we've been really lucky that no events have caused shame.
Yeah, but
Um,
I've also looked at that. I've made sure that I've been protected where it can actually matter, where I can get shame. Right now there is really no place where we can get shame,
well,
except one. Yeah, I guess except one.
except up here.
And
But
I
now
guess
that we have
maybe I should do
beryllium,
that. No, I can't because I'm not. My work level isn't there. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely a thing to think about.
yeah. So it's coming into
And I think, wait,
not
you also forgot to advance the tech companies. I'm advancing it 2 times. We're at 3.
all right.
We might get an early
So
win if it continues going this well.
yeah, we're it looks like we're doing very well, Eric.
Yeah.
The it looks like we'll be the planets are tamed right now. If you have workers who die as a result of events, then you get shame and things will go very badly. But it looks like this will be a pretty safe win from this way,
Yeah.
from this
I can
point
see though. I
on.
can see though that we can get shame over here. Well, at least I now you can get shame over there if this company gets
Yeah,
destroyed.
well, that's true. Station fall in the trench of Leeton could cause the destruction of this company, of the
And it
monster
is
making company, which will give me shame because I'm the tech player. The
and it is
rule
your turn.
is that if there's an act of God, an event that destroys a worker, causes worker bailout of your track, then you get shame because you're supposed to be protecting these workers.
Yeah.
If a worker bails out as a result of pollution, then the player whose turn it is gets shame because they were supposed to clean up their own pollution.
Yeah. I with the future plan right now, either I think you should make sure that you have enough food, and then maybe go into start making at least goo everywhere to protect every layer.
Right.
Because I think also that would be good to get the monster track up all the way that we don't have to care about outbreak rolls anymore. Would be really nice.
Right. Do you have beryllium?
Yes, but you have
So
to
I
pay.
think that I can try to concentrate on the small planet, but there's no phosphorus available on a small planet?
No, it actually isn't. But remember, you have 3 work sites now, so you can still have 1 work site where you can find phosphorus. And if you have a work site here, you still get 2 food here because these are happy. So by having a
Yeah,
work
so
site,
you're right. So I'm going to need 1 work site at the phosphorus mines of Stur, do an
yeah.
interplanetary job. I want to have one
Did
work
you roll?
site.
Did you roll? And then add?
No, I haven't rolled or anything.
Yes, maybe do that first so we can see. If you get a 6 right now, that might change the plans.
Well, that could change the plans.
Or 1. Oh no, that's a urbanite. That's shame for me.
Yes. So we rolled a 1. So the starship got hit by this event, whatever
And
it is.
he
It
can't
looks like
survive.
tidal needing.
No, he can survive here, right? In this one. So and you
Yeah,
got the 2, so he can go straight to that one. So he survives.
right. So this
Um,
there was station
oh,
fall at
this is
what?
very bad because now you don't have 3 work sites, right? Because it goes down 1. Or do you do that at the end? That's a you do.
No, we have to determine the work sites when I place them. So I
Yeah,
won't get my 3 work sites anymore.
no, that's sad.
This hab was destroyed by tidal needing. This particular vehicle, the mass driver, does
It's
not
immune.
get destroyed because of a special rule that states here that mass driver is immune.
Yeah.
But the worker, the Starman, the red shirt, has to bail out. And I think you said to bail him out into this planet. He can survive on plants, but he has to lose his dice status. He's now a
Yeah.
feral on that planet. And Erik took shame for this because you are the urban player
Yeah.
and you lost an urbanite. So he's placing shame.
Yes.
And the urban track retreats right away. And so I don't get the 3 work sites that I was hoping to get.
No.
Um,
I am seeing that you could maybe do is it the cloud seed? If you can get like the black methane terrain on him, then we could create a farm there.
that's not a bad
Uh,
idea. I
they
have to do
survive
that
as long as it's the right liquid that rains on them.
correct. That's not a terrible idea. I have to have 1 work site at the level of a liquid vehicle, and the other work site will be at a level which gives me a bunch of food.
And
So
that's yeah, exactly. That's ground on Liten, I would say, gives you the most food.
ground and Leeton will give me 4 food.
No, 6. Because they're happy. The Hikikomori is happy,
Yeah, 6 food.
which is good. That's really good. That's the maximum you can get right now with your shame.
With my shame. And I think I want to print a hab here.
Where oh yeah. 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 That's gonna make 2.
It'd be nice to import a yellow worker there. Um,
Oh
so I think I might. not do an urbanite there. Maybe I'll leave it for you to do that, so you can
Yeah.
import them from the other planet. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah. And you don't have to do Cloud Seed right now. It's not gonna die under my turn because it's a store event. So you don't have to make it into Cloud Seed right now if you don't want to.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there was another liquid vehicle somewhere,
Yeah.
so I could create a company. But I don't have beryllium anyway.
No. And it's gonna
So
cost you food to get 1 beryllium from me.
I think I will do Cloud Seed for 2 food, so that we can hopefully uplift him. And actually, he gave me 1 extra food, Eric, because he's happy.
Well, you were. Which one are you talking about?
This one.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. You could only get 6 food, but yeah, that's true. You would have
Yeah,
gotten
well, that's true.
food from him. But even if he wasn't on the methane, like by being here, he's just happy because he can eat plants. Yeah, I
Yes,
guess. Yeah,
even
yeah,
just being there, he's happy. He would give you 1 food.
yeah. Okay, nice.
I will this hab created 2 pollution. I'm going to clean up the 2 pollution for 2 food.
Do you want to make something that can create an uplift so you can make him into a farm? Just wondering what.
Well, I sure would, but I don't think.
No.
Well, what I want to do is my whole plan is to create Guy and Goo there, but I don't have the phosphorus for this.
Oh.
I'm going to have to place it over here instead.
Then you get no. I can create the good there for you. As I said, you don't have to do it right now because it's going to be a store event. So at least this one is protected. So if I do it under my turn, then it's going to be protected under your turn. So you don't have to.
Okay.
Do that. It would be better to protect my stuff, but as I like, nothing there is under any danger. So
All right. If you say that it's safe, then I could domesticate the Skavader, which seems like a good plan.
Yeah. No, can you? Where are you domesticating a squatter from? You're not at the level
Oh
of.
God, I don't have
But
one at this level.
you are at the level here. Oh my God, here you can create so much food and so many farms by in the trench. So you can domesticate the trench maybe.
Yep. That's
I
what
feel
I'll
like
do. We don't have a domesticate company, though, do we?
no. And
Well,
you wouldn't be able to make one because you have to pay me 1 food to get beryllium from me.
no, I wouldn't be able to do one. But at any rate, I will create a lava creature here. And that's the end of my turn. I
Didn't make
don't
anything.
think I advanced
No.
any tracks.
No, I don't think so either. You created a hub, but you didn't put anything on it. You domesticated it, but you didn't uplift. So yeah, so we only went down. Oh, it would have been good if you created your hub. So I got 3 again, but I'm gonna create a urbanite now. So at least you should be able to get 3 on your turn.
Okay, well, go ahead and advance the track. Take your turn.
Yeah. Then we roll. boom, 5, 2, 5 is station fall, nothing happens, but the 2 is eruption, and it goes to 2. I mean 5 is eruption, it goes to 2 elevation, highest one, which would be this lily pad right here. Okay, and then I'm choosing my work sites, and I am choosing this one where I get 6 food, and that's all the food I can get.
So just a reminder that the game has up to 24 turns, and we have to get the 4 in a cooperative game like this. We have to get these 4 tracks past this red line to have a cooperative victory.
Yes.
We can get a personal victory if we get our top track past the line. I mean, sure. For me, that's getting farmers, and for Erik, that's getting monsters.
Yeah.
But we're going for the grand victory, not just a little personal victory. This is we're all for one and one for all.
Yeah. Now, the first thing I am going to do is mine 1 phosphorus for 1 food. And then we still can't make the new sphere because we don't have any vapor anywhere, no. So that one is always going to cost 2, but that I think is fine. So I spent 2 and my phosphorus to create a goo at the trench level. So now our company is protected. So you don't get any more shame.
Yeah, so that's important that
Yes. And then
we get into a fail-safe. The planet, the small planet, is now thoroughly tamed with 3 guy and goo. It's not a particularly nice planet, but it is ideal for robots.
Yeah, and I am, because I want to make 2 uplifts, so I am probably just spending my last 2 food to create urbanite, a yellow urbanite. So I'm spending at least first 1 food to create a yellow urbanite down here in the trench. Setting it to. Do you want this one to be allied to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I am making another. Should I make another yellow on the goo there? We only have 2 licenses.
If you want a monster there, yeah. I mean, it only costs 1.
Yeah, I'm doing a monster there to advance the track over 2 uplifts, so I can uplift the 2. I'm putting this one to 2. Then my oh yeah, no, nothing of this could make. I could make, instead of making that, I could do another domesticate and make a domesticate company instead. Would that be better, you think?
Making a company is a pretty high priority, and if you
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah,
that would be able to uplift this guy.
Yeah. So I am. What should I domesticate? The fish or the lava monster?
Well, if you can domesticate fish here, that would be good.
No, I was thinking this fish, the yellow.
The purple one.
Yeah. Because then we get parrots.
Do the purple one, I think.
Yeah, I am. Oh wait. I just remembered I can't, because then I'm using my last 2 food to make the urbanite and the goo. It costs 2 food if I want to domesticate. Yeah, I can't do that. Never mind. Yeah, because I spent all my food on mining and noosphere. So I did mine. I did noosphere. Yeah, and then I did. I have to count again. Mining cost 1. Noosphere cost 2. Oh, did I clean up the? No, because the hab you made the hab.
I cleaned up the pollution from this hab, Eric.
Yeah. Wait, if I'm just like, this is how I am right now. I did mining for 1. I did the noosphere for 2. Did I do anything else? I don't remember what else I did. I didn't do anything else. If I go back, and so I should have 3 food. So I could do the urbanite and the domesticate company.
Yeah, I see.
Right? Did I forget something?
I
Did
think
do
so.
something? Yeah. I didn't clean up any pollution or anything. No. So definitely. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I had 6 and I guess counted wrong, I guess. So I'm doing for 1, doing this one again. So it's creating an urbanite, and then I'm spending 2 to domesticate one of those purple fishes, which makes me able to create a SCF company. I just have to rearrange this one to the right one, which is this one. No?
So, what Eric is doing is called restructuring. If you have a vehicle that's the wrong sort for the company that you're building, you're allowed to swap it out as long as it's the same milieu. So you can do an SCF to a new SCF that gets you the right company, the company that you want, the company you did work for. And this is called restructuring, and it doesn't cost anything.
No. And now I advance the tech track. I get 1 uplift, and I also advance the urbanite, which gives me not another uplift actually. I only get 1 uplift. But I do get with that uplift I create another farm, which gives
Yes.
me, yeah, so I get 1 uplift, and then, yeah, and creating another farm does not give me an uplift. Which one should I uplift, you think?
I think we should do the human.
Yeah, because he's happy and acclimated, so definitely.
Yes. Besides that, he had a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, neglected red shirt, living in the starship, having the starship collapse and station fall, having the parachute out on the North Pole of an alien planet, and then awaiting rescue for 25 years, thinking he's abandoned,
Yeah.
having a rain of methane on him, not realizing it was from his would-be rescuers. Yeah, this is a whole mini series in itself, Eric.
Yeah. Like, okay, we can't save this guy right now, so let's rain some methane on him so he's a little bit more happy.
Yeah.
So we can survive
Yeah.
these years until we get there.
Yeah, he's a robot. He needs some grease and some
Yeah, it's like
fuel.
if in The Martian they sent him like a care package before they got or something.
Yeah, exactly. This
And
is
why didn't they
exactly
do
what's
that? I feel
going
like
on.
that should have like been easier. Oh, but they never left orbit, right, or something. I don't remember that movie too much. I feel like sending a care package would have been easier than sending a rescue op operation. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's your turn.
Yeah, in The Martian, he had to use an ascent vehicle that was already there to
Yeah, that's
rendezvous with the electric rocket, which returned all the way from Earth to dock with him and take him back to Earth.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
what I'm trying to remember. Did they actually go all the way back, or did they just like start going back and then turned around? Didn't they slingshot?
they had to do a loop around Earth
Yeah,
and do some what are called Oberth burns to take advantage of the gravity slingshot of Earth to get them back to
exactly.
Mars.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. It's
So
just
I'm going to
easier.
advance the turn, and I'm going to roll for the event for the little planet 6, Well, you just got this goo in
Yeah, like I
place.
said. Oh, perfect.
This was very timely, Eric. If it weren't for that, we would have had more shame, another setback, a lost company, and also this brand new alien species that we were just friends with would have died, and the hab would have been polluted. There would have been an interplanetary incident. But you prevented all that with your creeping goo. So
Yeah.
well done, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I am going to choose this level as a work site. I do want to create a monster. I think. Is there any convenient? God, I don't have any helium, and you don't
Oh,
either.
remember, you have 3 work sites.
Yeah, I'm remembering this. I was considering doing a space elevator on this planet, but we don't really have a convenient source of helium anywhere, do we?
Oh, yes. Let me ask, because Jon is asking. Do we think we can finish it pretty soon? Because he has to go.
Yes, I think we can. I think we can finish it pretty soon.
Did I say
I'll,
like
I'll,
30 minutes, 20 something?
yeah, 30 minutes. I think we can do it. So, I would like to do this and this and this as work sites. I think this gives me my maximum food. I think that I'm allowed to create a monster here for 1 food. And I'm allowed to create a monster here for another food. This is all because a company's been established. I'm doing this for 1 food. I think that I'm allowed to we still don't have a domesticate company anywhere, do we?
No. No, I did make a domesticate company. I did make one.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, it's right here.
God, we should create a farming company as well.
Yeah. But you
I
can do
don't
that
have
pretty
any
easy.
beryllium, so I'm going to leave this to you.
Oh, you could get 1 beryllium from me also for 1 food if you wanted.
I could.
Because Jon said it's on the hair, like 30 minutes. So if we can do fast.
On the hair, 30 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm going to start here. I still get maximum food. I will pay 1 food to get beryllium from you.
Yes.
And I'll create a farming company by farming this
Blue.
lake
Oh, yeah, the blue
here.
lake.
I'll spend biofluid from the sky for this.
Yeah.
I'll make him allied to you, Eric.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, let's make everyone on big allied to me and everyone on small allied to you.
yeah, that'll be convenient. And then I think I will domesticate the Scavader. No, I domesticate the lava creature. Where is lava creature? Here. And I'll place it here in this lava lake.
Yeah.
That'll cost
You
one
did
food.
You did create one company, so you get at least one uplift.
Yeah. And
And you created a monster too, so you get 2 uplift actually.
I actually created 2 monsters.
Oh, then you get 3 uplifts. That's, oh my god, that's so much. Huh?
I'm going to clean up some pollution, however, because otherwise I'm going to take a risk.
Oh yeah, and I uplifted one farm, right? So I get 1 food. Right.
Can you give me a food because I need to clean up another pollution?
Yeah, I'll give you the 1 food that I got. I'm just gonna say we have 1, 2.
So that's the end of my turn, except for advancing the track.
Yeah,
I advance 2
I don't think.
monsters.
Yeah, but I don't see. I only see that we have 3. No, okay, we have a lot more farms because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're supposed to take it up to 5, I think. Yeah, because I forgot to take it up, so you take it up to 5 and get 1 food.
All right, I'll get a food for that.
Yeah, so it's 5. Boom.
I get to uplift this lava creature
Yes.
for which I'll make into your image of 5.
Yes.
And I think that's
You
all.
also
Go
did.
ahead and take your turn. I'm going to check these
Wait.
tracks here.
No. You get to uplift more, right? Because you passed. You said you did 2 monsters, which is 2 uplifts
Yes.
and 1 company. So you get to uplift 3 things.
All right. Well, I'll uplift this
Just
creature
right.
here.
Right? Am I understand? Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. I created 2 monsters for this purpose.
Yeah.
And
Oh wait. I didn't make the whole one.
yeah. All right, it's your turn, Eric.
Yeah. Okay, that's really good. We're making much progress. So I'm advancing.
Yeah,
forward.
so you can see the game's accelerated now. We're much closer. The one lagging behind is monsters.
Yeah.
We only have 4 of them.
I got to 5 again. Haven't I gotten 5 like 3 times in a row? But now nothing happens on 5 because there is nothing that Stationfall does, and there is no more lava to erupt.
I see.
So that one is safe, kind of. So let's decide my work sites. We don't need much at all. I do need to be at this site if I want to mine some phosphorus. And I do think I want to be at this site to create the guy and create another monster. And if I create another monster, I can also get uplift. But I am thinking of, because right now we're at the level where we can easily get 8 food. So I think I want to make sure that I can get the 8 food the other turn. So I might want to just create 2 vehicles so I get so I can clean up the pollution. Or I'm doing this maybe. Yeah, maybe this is better. So I'm having this one here, and I can create a hab and a vehicle to get to that point. So I'm making a liquid vehicle and a hub with my prints, and that creates 4 pollution, but I instantly clean all of those pollutions. So I get to remove my shame. Now I only have 2 food, but that is enough. Can I get 1 fruit from you? Then I can mine
Sure.
and create goo.
Sure, I'm lowering my food by 1.
And I should create the goo right here, right? So it protects everything from station fall.
Yes.
It's a little bit. I just set it up. I want to create it back down there, but yeah. So I get 3
Yeah,
food.
we need protection at Station Fall right here. So this is a high priority. Otherwise, we'll get shame and it'll be
So
a setback.
I got 1 food from you that took me up to 3, mine for 1, and then Nooseware for 2. And all I did this turn, I didn't really advance anything. But I set us up. So yeah, your turn.
All right. So it's my turn. I'll advance the track. We're going into generation 15. And we're looking really good. We're playing conservatively. I rolled 4 on the little planet, which is blocked by goo. So we have to think about what companies we're going to do. I mean, obviously, we can do a second teratogenesis company here
Yeah.
by creating a
Actually,
monster.
we only need 2 more companies, so
Right, and we need more monsters. So, I mean, obviously, I could take a work site here.
wait, how many? How did farms pass so many? We don't have that many farms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, we actually have 8. Oh my god. Okay, that went so fast. I feel like that one
Yes,
was lagging behind just like 3 rounds ago, and now it's the furthest one.
yeah. Now we've blown the top off of farms,
And what does that
and
give us again? That gives us the all Earthlings are acclimated. Yeah.
well, that's useful. That Earthlings means the blue and black dice.
Okay.
Um,
You said Earthlings, yeah. Because before it was all workers, right?
um, I
All
don't
Earth.
remember if it was all workers or not.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it is a little bit too overpowered, so it might be good to just have it as the as the humans, Earthlings.
yeah. So I'm going to take one worksite over here to get my maximum food. Another one here just to beef
Why do
up
you get
the urban.
maximum?
What's
You
that?
only get you only get 4 food from the DHC, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm sorry, this one.
Yeah, there you get max food because you get 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you get 8 there.
Right. I want to do the moon base because we need another urbanite,
Yeah.
and I want
Otherwise,
to.
you have this one here, right? Too. This one that's empty, and you can protect it.
Oh, that's true.
So
I
if you
do
do
need phosphorus as well.
yeah, so it's better to do like this maybe, and have the worksite like that. So yeah, that you can mine
Yeah,
faster.
you're absolutely right, Eric. Because I need phosphorus for all this stuff.
Yeah.
So the amount of food I got is maximum because I went to the populated planet for my food.
Yeah. Yeah, you even got too much food.
And
You got
all this immigrating workforce are moving to the big planet to do all their work.
yeah.
And one of the things I want to do is mine 2 phosphorus. So I will grab 2 phosphorus.
Yeah, I gave you 1.
Thank you. And then I want to spend 1 to create goo. We've got the New Sphere company somewhere.
No, because we don't have
Oh, there's no vapor level. So this cost me 2 food.
Yeah.
And I will create swimming goo down here.
Yeah, and if you want with the last two, you could create urbanite and the monster, or if you want to do something else.
I think I want to. Yes, I will create an urbanite and a monster. I don't think I can. Unfortunately, can't use purple dice because I don't have a purple parent.
Oh, you're not at the trench level now. Yeah.
So I'll do a red parent. And I guess I'll do a red. Am I allowed a red parent?
No. I don't
No.
know. No. You're allowed blue, black, and yellow.
Yellow. Well, black. I guess
Perhaps.
I'll do black for both of these.
Yeah.
And that's it for my turn, except for advancing the track. I
Yeah.
did one urbanite. There's no pollution, right? Yes, no pollution. I did one urbanite. I did one monster.
Yeah.
And
So we only need 2 more companies and 2 more monsters, and then we're finished.
right.
Then we've created 2 new livable planets.
So yes, we
My turn.
just need companies and monsters, and I'm not sure if you can do all that on your turn, but
No,
maybe. No.
we'll see. I'm gonna do my rolls first and see. 3 and 6. 3 is protected, so nothing happens. That is great. I'm definitely gonna have my work site here because I get 6 food. Then I am going to. I do. If I want to mine beryllium, so I do want one here. And the liquid company that we have was Tetragenesis. So yeah, if I make another monster, then that would fix that. Also from the
Yeah,
deep.
if you do mine beryllium, it's possible for you to create a second Tetragenesis company here.
Yeah. Yeah. Just checking. Because then I'm gonna have to do Noosphere twice. But I do. Maybe that's not such a big deal. So yeah, with this one I'm at 8. So if I want to do that, then first I'm gonna use 2 food to mine 2 phosphorus. I am going to spend 1 more food to mine a beryllium. I'm just looking to see if the phew.
Did you get rid of your shame somehow?
Yeah, I did it last turn. I just cleaned up, like I made this hab and
Oh, all
made
right.
this liquid vehicle, and I instantly cleaned it, so I lost my.
All right. So the rules state for redemption that you have to clean up 4 pollution in 1 turn, and you can get rid of shame, and that's what Erik did on his turn.
Yes. And yeah, okay. So mind that. I could create maybe 2 companies, but I don't see a way for me to spawn. Because if I spawn, then I could make another spawning company. Well, I could make this one. I'm just wondering what. I guess it doesn't matter. It's under your turn. You're gonna be able to fix all of, be able to end it all anyway. So I am doing one new sphere, which is gonna push this one up. And I am doing and spend one phosphorus, and then I'm going to do I'm going to do another new sphere and create a Gaian goo.
On that level.
Yeah,
So
and then
new
that
sphere is a little bit complicated in that it does two things. One thing if the layer is empty, and one thing if the layer is occupied. If the layer is empty, it creates new goo. But if it's occupied, it shoves existing goo up. This helps you to create carpet the entire planet in goo if you so desire. And so that's what Erik is doing here.
Yes, and I have one food left, and I spend that to make a monster. And I'm using. Well, I guess I'll make a blue parent because it's happy.
Yeah, make a blue monster there. Because he's happy.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
I advance monsters 1, or did you do it for me already?
no, I didn't do it. I think
Yeah, we
there
have
are
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monsters.
Yes. I guess I could also before, because I with doing the monster one, I can make another a Frankenstein, another
Yeah.
strategic company. So I'm doing that and advancing the
Yeah.
next one up. So
And
you
so
only need
that
to create the
advances.
monster.
Okay.
You only create
So
the monster.
now this looks like to be the final turn. And
When it
we'll
comes to
roll.
new sphere, you're gonna have to do new sphere twice to create the monster.
All right. I rolled 5 on the little planet, which is blocked by goo. So I have to do new sphere twice on.
You have to mine phosphorus. No, once. You have a phosphorus. You only need to mine once. Okay, that's good.
All right. So I'm going to choose my levels. One level here to get my maximum food, I guess.
6, yeah. Let's see.
And which company should I do? Erik Spawn?
I like if you can, but I don't know if you can do that because right now you're gonna have to spend
Yeah.
4 food just to do the goo, and you have to mine at least once more, I think, because you're gonna have to have 2 phosphorus.
Yeah, I'm going to have
And
to choose these levels here.
yeah.
And I'm not sure which company. And I don't have any helium.
No. And you can
Well, I could
yeah, maybe
create.
count how much food you can get and start at the DHC level on Liten and create another. No, because well, we don't get outbreak rolls. So you could create another mining company.
Yeah, true, but I think I can do a spawn company. I mean, there's a hab here. I
Oh
um
yeah, that's true.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
care. There's no more outbreak.
no.
Um,
Well,
this.
let's first count. Okay, so you after you do Newsware twice, you're down to 2 food, and with those 2 food, you need to mine once for you need to mine twice, once for beryllium and once for phosphorus. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to make it this turn, but definitely next turn.
No, definitely next turn. So I start at 6, and I have to go down 2 for new sphere.
Yeah,
All right. So I'll do new sphere, and I'll shove this guy and goo down. Yes.
yeah.
And then I'll mine some phosphorus, and then I'll
Yes.
spend 2 more for new Gaian goo here. And for my free 3D printing, I guess I'll do a hab here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, only one. Okay, nice. Or you do it. I don't
Yeah,
have any
and
more.
yeah, sure. Go ahead and pollute the lava. And now I only have 1 food left. I think I want to create a monster.
How do you have 1 food? Oh yeah, because you haven't created a monster. Yeah.
I'll create a lava monster here,
Yeah.
and then that's it. It's
Yeah.
your turn.
Yeah, and I'll make this really easy by just having the exact same.
Well, first advance and roll.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry. What do we get? What do we get? 2 on big is protected, so nothing happens. By having these work sites, I get 8 food, but I spent just 1 food, and oh no, because I'm gonna make a company. Yeah, so I spent 1 food to. Oh, wait. Have to think a little bit now. There. And I still get 8 food. It doesn't matter.
Don't
I
you
just
need
wanna
to
do it.
have one at this level to create a monster?
Yeah, but I don't. Oh yeah, I need to. Wait, didn't you create them? Wait, how many monsters do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are past it with
Oh, we
monsters.
are
We don't need.
past it. Okay.
Yeah, I only need to create another company. So all I need to do is mine 1 beryllium, and then spend. So I spend 1 food for beryllium, then I spend another food to make an urbanite with. I'll just do it with the red parent here, which makes me able to create the spawn company, and
Right there.
that's
Okay.
it. Boom.
So we advance past the track and we win cooperatively on
Yeah.
generation 18.
Yes.
All right. I guess go tell Yoon that we're done.
Yeah.
So thank you very much
I'm
for
here.
listening to this and watching this playthrough. This is a 2-player cooperative game, and we managed to get done ahead of time. So we did pretty well, 18. These planets, I think, were pretty nice, but I think Erik's decision to put a dropstone on the dry planet, on the carbon planet, was kind of decisive in being able to make it habitable enough for us to get the farming that we needed.
Yeah.
Also, his
I would
decision.
recommend it because we got lucky that the little planet became so cold that it got a solid level. Otherwise, we would have been a little bit harder to get to this point. We would probably have
It would have
taken
been
a couple more turns.
considerably harder because every mine would have cost 2 food.
Yeah.
And
So I guess
so,
the negative now that we didn't have a newsware company, so now that costs 2 instead. But you mine more than you do newsware work, so I guess it's less.
So yeah, I guess it's less. It is true. Not having a vapor company to do newsware work was bothersome. So is Yoon turning off the video stream?
I don't know. I wrote to him that we are done. So I guess
Yes, I
when he
will
sees
turn
that,
off the video stream.
Oh, all right.
just
Okay.
just have to cut
So
away the
thank you
last
for showing us
couple
all
of
this, and
minutes, maybe.
thank you for anybody who have
Okay.
been watching this far.
So I'll talk a little bit about these planets. I don't know, this may get edited out, but the carbon planet, as it says in the fluff here, has more carbon than oxygen, which means that every bit of hydrogen that's delivered, such as water and stuff like this, gets converted into carbohydrates. So this planet is naturally very, very dry as Arrakis if you're a Dune fan. And this planet also was pretty dry, really. This little planet, we ended up with something more or less like the moon Io with no atmosphere at all, and we were kind of a subterranean culture, living in the liquid, um, the liquid level deep in the trench. And Erik, what did you think of this game? Do you feel like you earned the victory?
Yeah, definitely. It didn't feel as challenging as when we did the title lock, but it's still a fun. It's definitely a fun game.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit easy for us who actually know how to play the game, but this is definitely it's going to be a challenge for newer players. And I also feel like we were a little bit lucky, but we definitely did the right choices, and we definitely earned our victory, I would say.
Yes. Yes, I mean, when we did our title lock game, title lock means we did a planet that is one side always faces the star and the other side is in perpetual darkness. But that was more challenging because you can't really farm the side in darkness. And we, like Erik and I, we were cooperating, but we played until the very last turn and the very last scrap of food to get all 4 tracks apart. So we won by the skin of our teeth, to use the English phrase.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so can I conclude the
we
recording?
also have several solitaire modules for this. The solitaire one that you've been playing, Erik, is just you play two-handed, play a game,
Yeah.
cooperative game, just like we just did here, but you alternate doing the hand player and the omega player. There's another solitaire game which is a bit more aggressive called Siren Dawn, in which you play the indigenous sirens of the big planet Stur, and the Earthlings that arrive are automated bots, and they are super aggressive. And so you try to survive under the onslaught of the arrival Earthlings, and try to survive and flourish despite the bots. And this game is a lot of fun once you learn it and you enjoy solitaire. The other versions of this game, we have an introductory game that for real beginners, there's no event roles in this game, and it starts on Generation 9. And usually this is played cooperatively, and you try with 8 fewer turns, you try to get all 4 tracks passed. In a competitive game, you try to end up with the most victory points. And you get victory points by adding your 2 tracks. In Erik's case, the 2 tracks are Monsters and Urban. And in my case, as hand, the 2 tracks, as listed here, are Oxygen and Tech. And the Oxygen, as you saw, kind of lags behind because it's tricky, but it accelerates towards the end because the aliens, the xenolife, starts to kick in, and they start farming the planet very rapidly. And you can see here we've got a planet full of flying creatures in the sky and lava creatures on the ground. It's pretty much a lava planet. The surface is a temperature is like 1,300 degrees K. And the other planet, the small planet, the surface is vacuum, but the subterranean levels are pretty comfortable, especially the oceans. And this troglodyte type world, as we call it, just because everyone lives in caves, is populated also by some aliens, some alien monsters, but humans are thriving here too. The last kind of world we have is the last type of game that we have is called the political game. And I'll try to bring the political map onto here so that you can see it. This is in the module 1, and this allows you to start the game. It usually starts cooperative, but it can switch to competitive partly through the game. So, and this is under player control depending on the electorate. If enough voters want to vote it competitive, then you can switch it. So from a joint victory to a competitive one. In this particular game, Erik and I were cooperative and we didn't have a political option. But since I was the oxygen player and the oxygen track was going really high, I had an advantage to getting a victory, a selfish victory all to myself if I had switched it to a competitive game. I would have gotten both from tech, which wasn't doing badly, and from oxygen. I would have added up those two tracks. I would have suffered a little bit because I have one shame, which is detracts me by one victory point. And another problem is that in a competitive game, once a pawn has crossed a finish line, then we use the end game chit to end the game in as many turns as the player count, so that you will only get one more turn once somebody has crossed in order to try to secure your victory. And this can be a problem too. But the political game is a lot of fun. There is things like, usually it starts in politics number 2. I'll switch it to number 2 right now, which means that it's a cooperative game. There are bans on domesticate. This particular government or regime doesn't like people domesticating the aliens, so you get shame if you try to domesticate. And there's also a breeder ban. This is to try to prevent nuclear proliferation and bombing. And there's a few extra victory points that can be assigned in a political game, should you ever get to this level. For instance, in government ruling class 5, everybody gets one VP at the end of the game per allied Grendel, which is a monster. So in this case, I got 3 monsters that are allied to me on the Leeton planet, and Erik has 4 monsters on the big planet, which are allied to him. So he would have gained 4 victory points to my 3 just for this category. There's also, if this is the ending government, government 5, you get 1 victory point per urbanite. that's allied to you. And in this case, well, there are urbanites on the little planet, 2 of them on the surface, 2 of them subterranean, and there are 3 urbanites, I guess, on the big planet that are all allied to me. I'm sorry, to Erik. And so I would have gained an urbanite advantage for that. Okay. Well, thank you for providing this opportunity, Yoon.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah. All right. Have a nice day.
Yeah.